Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on the TerraVentures realm. It's me, Flying Magpies, and I'm here once again to bring you episode 2 of Season 2 of TerraVentures. Now, since the last episode I have been fishing quite a lot in this little AFK fishing area, and I've actually had to expand it quite a bit. As you can see, there's now 4 chests. So let's just have a look. We've managed to get ourselves a whole lot of saddles, more than I'll ever use. I've also enchanted all these fishing rods so they're all up to scratch, and I've even managed to sell one. These ones are just waiting for me to get some levels. I've gotten myself, where are they? 43 dispensers, so that's all from the bows, the enchanted bows that came from this fishing, and I've got myself a pretty powerful bow. As you can see, the flame and breaking power punch, which I don't really like, and mending. So that's just about an insta-kill on pretty much any mob except perhaps the dragon and the wither. But it's still a pretty good thing nonetheless. And of course, I've got a whole stack of fish. So you can see there a whole line of salmon, and a whole lot of cod. So what I'm planning to do today is go to the shopping district and set up a shop. But for that I'm going to need some building materials, and I'm planning to build it out of mushroom blocks. So what I'll do first is go into a creative world, and test a few things and see what it could look like basically see what it could look like and go from there. So I'm going to go do that now. After a bit of pondering, I've come up with 2 different designs. This one over here is more of a shop front. It's supposed to be more in a town aspect kind of thing, I suppose, just again reverting to the kind of thing I built in Season 1. It's probably not as good in the outside bits, and it really does conform to the rigidity of what I normally do, but it doesn't really have a lot of room. The second design I've gone for over here, which I'm really thinking I should do, can of course be expanded upwards. So what we have here is basically an aquarium shop. So we have our cod and our salmon in here. So what I'm thinking is that when I sell these things, they'll have cod on this side, and the only cod fish will be in the aquarium on this side, and then we'll have salmon over here, and then we'll have our pufferfish or things over here. Just all the things that I can get from selling from fish things. And so the main problem with this design, of course, is that I need cyan concrete, which means I need a lot of sand and a lot of gravel, as well as blue dye and cactus or green dye, which I don't quite have green dye yet. And of course it requires a lot of blue stained glass, which again is even more sand, which means I'm going to have to gather a lot and lots of sand. And of course I think I might have to put this a few more blocks higher than just the 4 I've currently got. But it's going to be a work in progress. And of course it means I have to go collecting some buckets of salmon and of cod to put into the aquarium, which is again a lot of work. What I probably should do as well is put on the top another mini aquarium, so it is looks a little bit more flowing instead of just the flat light blue glass on top. But I think this design over here is the design I'm going to go for. It can be corrected a little bit more, it can be changed a little bit more, but I think this is the design I'm going to go through. So I'm going to hop back into the realm and start gathering up the sand and the gravel that I need to do this project. Just a bit of a progress update on the gathering of resources. As you can see, I'm now still at my base. You can see just where all the sugarcane is up there. I've now got myself a Heart of the Sea, which I got from the earlier, I think it was in the Day 1 episode with Morbid Panda. But I've got myself a Heart of the Sea, and through AFK-fishing I've gotten all the Nautilus shells. So and with this I also managed to get myself some prismarine, as you can see. So now, which is just a very complicated way of saying, I'm going to be getting all the sand and gravel from the ocean floor instead of everywhere else. It may destroy the look of the ocean around my base, but I'm not really too worried about that at the moment. I'm just going to gather all the sand and gravel because it's a lot easier than going to a place, getting the gravel and sand, having to come back and forth so many times to get the things. So I'll come back when I have gotten the sand and gravel and get started on doing the fish shop, which actually reminds me, there's a bit of an update to that. Waffly Egg or GamerDude, you may see both names in the chat occasionally. He has decided to go into partnership with me in this shop, being the other person with an AFK fish farm. So the idea is that we'll both supply the shop with cooked food, cooked cod, cooked salmon, I believe, and we'll split the profit 50-50. So that is something, but he has decided to leave the shop design with me. So we're going to go ahead with our aquarium design and just plonk the chest in the middle. And I guess we'll figure out, I'll let him know whenever, we can let each other know whenever we get to splitting profits and all that. So, as I said, I'm going to continue to get all these gravel bits done and get the sand from further afield, and come back when I've gotten the resources that I need. Well, it's been a little while since my last clip, and I've managed to get myself the sand and the gravel required for the cyan concrete powder, which I've now crafted up. In that, I also had to go get myself some more some cactus, so that I had to travel around 2,000 blocks to the north to get some cactus, and on the way I also found some acacia saplings, so that's going to help me. But the upshot of that is that I've now planted up some cactus. I've now gotten all the materials, barring the fish, the live fish that is, for the shop. So I'm now going to make my way over to the shopping district in this world and start creating the actual shop. But first I'm going to sleep since it's nearly night. Yep, there we go. So I'm now on my way on to the shopping district, and I'll meet you there. And we're now over here in the shopping district, or what is going to be the shopping district. This is actually the first shop going to be built in here. Now, I did pop back into my creative world just for a minute, and I did check out the exact dimensions of this. So it's a 12 by 10 building with 10 on the short side over here, the side wall I guess you could call it, and then 12 in here. So we have 5 here and 5 here with a 2 wide entrance. Now, I built the one in the creative world with spruce wood, and unfortunately I forgot to bring spruce wood with me. So I'm going to have to either go back to my base and get some more. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I've got any spruce wood at my base, so I might have to do something else about that. Or I could just get some oak, because that might do it as well. I also need to find some chests and all that, but that can be done later. At the moment now, I just need to finish off building this outside structure and all the glass, and hopefully I've got enough of both of these things to finish off this building. Now, if I remember correctly, there's a 3 wide perimeter all the way around, so it looks like I'm going to have more than enough of this concrete powder to finish up, which is excellent. Yeah, I would really sometimes underestimate the amount of stuff these things take. Now, not that one. Now I need to put in the glass, and really hoping that I've got enough of this stuff, because I don't really have a lot of. I do have quite a bit of sand at home, but I don't know. I'd have to keep going back and forth to get the things. So anyway, I'll finish off this and come back when I've hopefully finished this build. Okay, after a little bit more construction, it turns out this building is now finished, or the outside bits is finished now. I just need to get in there and put in some more cod. I have sectioned off this bit, so this bit's going to be completely for salmon. This bit over here shall be for cod, and this bit here for pufferfish. I just need to put in some prices. So what I'm thinking is pufferfish. Not pufferfig, pufferfish at 1 diamond for a half stack. I'll just write that. Actually, no, I'll make it 1 half stack, or 32. Actually, make 32 equals 1 diamond. And I think I'll make the others the same as well. So I'll put the prices in, and when that's done, I'll go hunting for some actual fish, some live fish, and put those into the aquarium ready to display our wares. Well, as you can see, I've now filled up this aquarium with some cod. I'm not quite sure why they're just hanging up on the bottom, but at least there's some swimming around. And I've also done the same over here with some salmon, and there's various sizes of the salmon, which is nice, a tiny little one, and quite a few of the adult ones, I guess. I haven't yet filled this place with fish, but that is going to be my next job. So I'm going to take the long trip back to my base and fill my inventory up with all the kinds of fish that I can possibly carry, and then make my way back here and restock the shop, or stock the shop for the first time. And that, I'm going the wrong way, and that should be our first shop ready for business. Okay, and just a little bit of an update with the shop that's now in the shopping district. We've now, Waffly, Egg and I have now met up, and we've now restocked our shop. We're now selling name tags as well for I think 4 diamonds. And we're also going to be selling fully enchanted fishing rods. So what I'm doing right now is just going through all the fishing rods that I have that were not fully enchanted. No, well, they're fully enchanted, they just need to be repaired. So I'm just using this automatic fish farm to, or not automatic, but this fish farm to slowly repair my fishing rods and get them into the shop for sale. So, and I think the fishing rods were selling them for 12 diamonds each, so it's perhaps a little bit more on the expensive side, at least what I think, but they're fully enchanted and you only really need 1. And so hopefully people sell them, and hopefully we can make a stack of profit off this new shop. Now, one of the things I want to get done before the end of this episode is finish off that automatic farm, or at least the wheat automatic farm. For that I need gold, and I think the best way to get that would be to kill off pigmen. Now, it's going to be a bit of a slow process, especially given that the pigmen, I've got punch on my bow, but hopefully, as long as I keep doing this correctly, I can not waste my arrows by firing it at ghasts. There we go, and I can one-shot kill these things, because the bow, as you can see, is a one-shot kill, but I do need to have the thing fully back, otherwise I'm going to get demolished by these pigmen. So I'm going to get on this, and then when I've got enough gold, I'm going to come back and finish off that automatic farm, which is also going to involve me, what is the word? Getting a villager from my village across the ocean. So I'm going to get on that and come back when I've got enough gold. I've just made a big mistake. I didn't pull back on the bow far enough, and now I'm going to get demolished by any pigmen that I see. So I'm going to have to run back to my portal. I'm going to have to eat. I want to eat first so I don't die, just in case I do get hit. I'm going to start running away. Hopefully these guys don't get me. I can just push them off the edge like that. Like so. And unfortunately I lost their gold, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I'm safe for now. I think. Those pigmen don't appear to be chasing me, so I think I'm fine. It was really close though. And someone really should repair this thing over here. Let's see, just do that. And there we go. So I'm going to continue the hunt for gold and pigmen, and continue to try to not get killed. You'd have thought I learned my lesson, but I just did it again. I just hit a pigman with my bow without a full power, so I'm going to have to, I really need to be careful, and I think I'm going to abandon this pursuit for now. Hopefully I can find some gold in the underworld of my base, and kill off that ghast. There we go. And I just need to be really careful on my way back, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be pigmen everywhere converging on me soon if I'm not careful. So once again, it's being careful time, and yeah, as I said, I'm going to make my way back to my base in the overworld and look for some gold in the mines that I have under my base. Actually, before I try that, there's one more thing before I go mining. There's one more thing I want to try first, and see if these things will cope. If I take off one line of those here, and the same on this side here. So let's just have a look. Make that all into normal rail, and send the minecart off in its merry way. That actually looks to cope pretty well. So I think that maybe all the powered rail is a bit overkill. So what we'll do is we'll set it up like this on all the paths. Oh, there's a mushroom in there. And we'll continue. I think like that will work. I do need a gold block around here somewhere, but so no gold block, a redstone block. But this is nearly done. I just need to. And look at that! I actually have a lot more gold powered rail than I than I actually need now, which is really good. So I'm going to get this now set up. I really do need a little bit more stuff, but it's so close to being done, and I can finally start getting that automatic wheat farm going, which I can then use to start breeding up my cows and my mushrooms and start really pumping out that leather and all those things that I really need to get started in this realm. Unfortunately, there's one thing I haven't considered. I need a lot more iron than I have. I've actually got no iron at the moment. I need a lot more iron to finish off my hoppers, so I need one hopper for this minecart and a line of hoppers under here. I think that's 6 hoppers under there, and then of course I need storage hoppers, so that's quite a lot more iron. 5 per hopper and 7 hoppers, which I need, means 35 iron. So what I'm going to do is going to go mining in this mine, and hopefully I can find a lot more iron. Maybe I should start a little bit higher up as well. I'm not really sure how these things work, but I think your chances of finding diamond are actually a lot higher, or a lot higher down, further down. And it is one thing I need to go. So actually, yeah, I think I will go down here and mine at this level in the hope to find diamonds as well as finding iron. So I'm going to get on that, and hopefully when I come back I'm going to have enough iron to finish off this project. Well, I've been mining for, I don't know, how about half an hour to a full hour, and this isn't actually the fullest of stuff. I actually managed to go up a few times to dump off some of my things, but I do have quite a bit of redstone and quite a bit of coal. As you can see, more than enough iron for what I wanted, and of course some diamonds and gold. But what I really wanted to show you was this thing. In the course of mining, I actually decided to go up a level and mine further up, even though it means I couldn't get any diamonds. And I've discovered a mine shaft. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go dump off all this stuff into a chest, get myself a stack of, or not just a stack, but a few stacks of torches, and go mine in the mine shaft. Hopefully I can find a few more diamonds and things like that, and of course a whole stack of iron, because that is really something I'm going through a lot. Another thing that I could probably do in the future is find all the cave spider spawners in this mine shaft and link them all up and put them into a massive XP farm. So what I'm going to do is also, while I'm mining, and you can see that I've got quite a bit of stuff already, what I'm going to do is note down the location of each of these spawners, and then in a future episode I'm going to work on making them, assuming of course that there's quite a few of them in a small area, work on making them into a experience farm. Well, I was in that mine shaft for about 45 minutes or so, and these are the things I managed to get. It was a pretty small mine shaft, which was a bit surprising. Maybe I didn't discover all the corridors, but at any rate I got double the amount of iron I just got from all the caving expeditions. I found a book. I actually found 3 iron ingots, but I had to use them to collect some cobwebs, pocketfuls of gold ore, some more redstone, some lapis, quite a bit of stuff, and of course lots and lots of coal. I'm just very thankful that I brought down a crafting table so I could craft all that stuff into blocks, so it didn't take up so much room. The thing with the fortune pickaxe is it really does help with the gathering of resources, but then when you have to carry it all on your back, it's not exactly the most helpful. So I think it's time to smelt all this stuff, starting with the iron first, and then I should be able to finish off the farm project over here, and that should finish off today's episode. Okay, here we go, and done. So this bit, at least the functional part of the redstone, is now done, and I'm just going to send this minecart on its merry way, and that bit's now done. Now I just need to finish off putting in the dirt and mine it all up. No, not mine it, I need to till the dirt, and that should be done again. I know I've said that quite a bit, but it's just good to get all these things done, all the functional bits done, all the things that I would normally do so early on in the season. And of course I need to remember to put in a couple of chests for the collection, but that should be easy peasy. I'm now back over the village. I'm not quite sure how the villager mechanics work now that they can now change with profession. I believe this guy's just a no profession, just a casual dude. He looks a bit like a farmer from the old villager set, but the thing is, if I throw seeds at him, he does seem to accept them. So what I really need to do is fill up the entire inventory, all 8 stacks, with all 8 slots with seeds, and then the guy will start farming properly. So I don't want him to pick up any of the wheat in the farm once it starts producing, which is going to be a bit of a problem since I only have the 44 seeds you can see in my inventory. So I might have to do quite a few plantings and harvestings before I actually start working this guy in his job. So I'm going to get this guy back over and use whatever bone meal I have to get more seeds and hopefully fill up this guy's inventory. Well, it took me a little while, but I finally got this guy in as a farmer and finally got him working. As you can see currently, he does like to just pause for a few times. One thing I forgot to take into consideration, is that these guys now need a bed nearby to actually start working, so that's going to be a little bit harder when I start doing my automatic farms. I'm going to have to put a place for their bed, which is, it's quite a little bit annoying. As you can see, it's just pausing there again, even though there's some fully grown wheat around. I'm not really sure if I need this one here, so I'm going to try get rid of it and put another tilled dirt there, and then if I remove the one on the far side, and of course I don't have to go in and get these because the minecart hopper underneath should get them for me. Let me just get rid of this. There we go. So I believe, now that I've got this guy working and he's planting those things, that is all I've got time for today's episode. So I hope you've liked this episode. I've mainly just built the shop as well as put this thing in. So if you have liked this episode, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to keep watching out for the next one. Goodbye!